All right, guys, for part C, we're going to go ahead and find the particular solution to this. So what we're going to go ahead and do is use separation of variables. If you forgot what that is, look it up. I may be assigning that on Khan soon anyways, so as a review. So what we're going to do is we're going to move everything with a y to one side, everything with an x to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and divide the y minus 2 squared over here and multiply the dx to the side. So what we're going to have is dy divided by y minus 2 squared equals 1/3 x dx. And what's the next step? We're going to go ahead and integrate both sides. And those are horrible looking integral signs. So right side, pretty easy. Still a bad integral sign. It's going to be 1/3 x squared divided by 2, so that 3 will just become a 6. Plus c. Don't forget, what are we going to do about c? Well, we're finding the particular solution. Right now it's general when we have plus c, but we're going to use that f of 1 equals 0 to find our particular solution. And then over here on the left side, we're going to go ahead and let u equal y minus 2. Technically, we have to do a u substitution on this because there is an inner function. And so it's not really going to affect things because du is just going to equal 1 dy. So du equals dy. So it really doesn't make that much of a difference, but it does kind of clean some things up. So we have the integral of, it's going to just be du now over u squared. Now we can't integrate that, so I'm going to bring u to squared to the top as u to the negative 2. And we can integrate that, it becomes negative u to the negative 1. In other words, well, I'll just flip it. It's going to end up being negative 1 over u, or y minus 2. Might as well just make that what we have. So, well, negative 1 over y minus 2 equals 1 over 6 x squared plus c. So what was our initial condition? Well, our initial condition, if you remember, was f of 1 equals 0. I'm just double checking that real quick. So let's just go ahead. That's basically saying our x is 1 and our y is 0. So let's just go ahead and solve for that initial condition now. Now is the easier time to do it. So, or we already have the initial condition, solve for our constant of integration. So that's going to be negative 1 over 0 minus 2 equals 1 over 6 times 1 squared plus c. So just remember that 0 went in there and that 1 went in there. So that's going to be positive 1/2 because we have a negative over negative equals 1 over 6 plus c. And then subtract the 1/6 to the other side. So this will be 3 over 6 minus 1 over 6 equals c. So we get 2 over 6, which is 1/3. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, substitute it into c, and we are going to have now our particular solution. I'm going to simplify it as 1/3 for now. Might as well take care of that. So what do we do about this? Now, since we have this this y minus 2 on the bottom, we can multiply it over here, divide everything over there. What's going to be the easiest thing is we could flip both sides. Now, in order to do that, we have to have a fraction on both sides. Like, everything has to be under the same fraction. We don't have that right now because of that plus sign that I drew horribly. So let me just fix that plus sign. So what I'm going to do is get a common denominator. So I guess I shouldn't have written it as 1/3. I should have written it as 2/6 because it has that common denominator already. So what we could rewrite this as is x squared plus 2 divided by 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and just multiply that negative to the other side as well. Might as well. So that way we just have a nice clean y minus 2 there. And we're going to go ahead and flip both sides. So this is going to become y minus 2 equals 6 divided by, well, negative 6. Remember, move that negative over there. X squared plus 2. And then I'm going to add that 2 to the other side. And we'll have 2 minus 6 over x squared plus 2. And that's the solution.